Extra, 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 breaking news. Extra, extra, breaking news.
Welcome. I feel like I was a little too excited there, but welcome to our second time shooting Still Holding Out from yours truly, Just Two Gemini, live and direct from Montgomery, Alabama. All of those good things out of the way. And we did change scenery just a little bit because I want you all to be able to see us a little bit better. And of course, you have myself and I have my guest, well, my co host with me.
It's your boy D, man. What's going on with y'all?
And we're doing another episode of what we like to do is sit here and talk mess, really, and just have a conversation. But this first episode is going to be about the movie that I'm sure most of you have seen by now. If you haven't, then too bad because you're too late because I'm going to spoil it for you. But it's going to be all right. It's called, dang, I forgot it that quick. Like,
They clone
They Clone
Tyrone. Yeah,
Tyrone.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So the movies They Clone Tyrone. And what I want to talk about is some of the messaging. I know it's late. I don't care. I do what I want to do. I was like, I want to talk about some of the messaging in the movie, some of the things that they said, some things that are true, some things you may be a little bit fictional, or what how do you feel about it or how we feel about it more per se. My other guest, Mia, is not here with me. I'm not sure if my third co-host uh, co-host is coming, but we'll find out throughout the show. Anywho, we'll start with the basics. So in the movie They Clone Tyrone, they pretty much had the typical black man, right? What most people see as a typical black man, the hood guy or hood nigga to be real, who's a drug dealer, who's into all type of trouble, poverty, all of that good stuff. Mind you, that's not necessarily the typical black guy. I know a lot of black guys that don't fit that description. Anywho, but the movie is based around re-stimulating that archetype. They're remaking the same person over and over again, which is why they're cloning the hood nigga. They're cloning the pimp, but they're not cloning the black lady. Even though in the movie she was kind of like the hoe or the streetwalker in a way. But they didn't clone her because I guess she wasn't as easy to replicate. But what I do want to focus on when I say that is when you see music videos, when you see any type of advertising, when you see black men in most situations, they're categorized as the hustler, the drug dealer, or the pimp. They don't say pimp anymore, but if he got all the hoes, you know what he is.
That's right.
So I don't feel that that's an accurate description. There are a lot of those, but that's not the only kind of black man out there. And then when they get into the point where they're talking about the food that's kind of modifying how you think, music that's modifying how you think, do you feel that well, I'm gonna ask you, do you feel that when they say in They Clone Tyrone, do you feel like more people were trying to be those archetypes? They're trying to be the hood nigga, they're trying to be the pimp, like that's what the young black men are going for, which is why they chose this in the movie?
So, like, are you saying do you think like that's why like the producers made it that way, or like
Yeah. Like, why do you feel like that's the person that they wanted to clone?
I feel like they're really just trying to send like a hidden message. We don't really know the message. Some people know the message. I'm just one of those people that really just lost on that message. But I think it's kind of like a cry for help. It's kind of like saying, "Hey, we have an active problem in the society. This is what's going on. This is what we believe is happening, and we're going to just show you guys in a subliminal. I can't even say that word, but like in like a secret way, saying it. You know what I'm saying? So I think like that's what's really going on. So I think like that's just like a like a easy topic to kind of just target. You know what I'm saying? Like just targeting like the black demographic in a way. It's just really easy to talk about that. Really, because there's so many negative things that you could say, not too many positive attributes come from that. So
It makes sense. It is easier, but even when I think about, like, going through school, who did most of my friends, either they had the chain, they had the baggy pants, they wanted to sell weed or whatever they was trying to sell, like, they wanted to be this tough guy that they thought were on top at the time. They wanted to sell drugs. They wanted to be the one that had all the females, even though they probably didn't talk to half of them for real, but that's who they wanted to be. I don't remember seeing too many saying, "Yeah, I wanna get a college degree or I want to be a scientist or I want to get into philosophy. Very rarely. Like, even now, being in my 30s, when I talk to or see most men, they're still portraying themselves as that stereotype.
Mhm.
Like, that's what they idolize. Even with NWA, they made it look cool, it made it look obtainable, so it was easier to be something that didn't call for a lot of thought.
Mhm.
You didn't have to think too hard to be a drug dealer. It was only probably 1 or 2 criterias you had to fit, besides being looking mean, don't smile on your pictures, sell a little something on the side, but still be broke. So what were you selling it for if you weren't even making no real money? Like, if they closed Tyrone, he wasn't rich.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like, what was the point? So, he did all of that for nothing. Then you got the pimp that was the oldest version of a pimp. I mean, fried, dyed, laid to the side hairstyle, this big old coat. Like, he was definitely a stereotype in the making. Like, nowadays, pimps don't really look like that.
No, no, they don't.
Like, they're not dressed in the flashy stuff. They might have a few chicks, but none of them typically know about each other,
Mhm.
and it's kind of a secret. But even okay, so even in that movie, they touched on something about the food. When they were eating the chicken, everybody was kinda happy, they were hyped. Then you see the man that owns the chicken shack is kinda Caucasian looking, but with a afro, which throws you off mentally, like, why? But anywho, the and I think that speaks to a topic of what you eat is what you become. So
Mm,
you're eating food that isn't good for you. It makes you feel happy. It gives you a whole euphoric feeling like, "Hey, you good," but it's not helping your body.
mhm.
And we talked about off air how McDonald's can sit up for 10 years and not age. But any other food you buy at the grocery store, you sit it on your counter for a week, it's gonna start to what?
Mold, yeah,
Okay, okay. It's gonna start to change colors, it's gonna look a little different, get a little softer
yeah.
because that's what food does. That's what the body does. That's what everything does. It deteriorates over time. But the food that we're eating and that we're pushing don't do that. And only imagine what it's doing inside of you. Like, if it's not doing that outside of you, in your body, it's just sitting there until you pass it, but it's not necessarily being digested. It's not giving you any kind of growth or health or benefits or anything, especially when you eat like that. Then typically after the fact, you're sleepy. You wanna lay down. You don't wanna do very much. So it's over with. It's just that fast that where that point in the movie did actually hit home. Because a lot of the stuff that we eat in the Black society isn't meant to empower you. It's not meant to make you feel good, typically.
Yeah.
But do you feel that that's real? Like, have you had fast food that didn't make you feel like you wanted to go run a mile afterwards, like you wanted to lay down? Or did you feel differently after eating, or have you noticed feeling differently after eating certain fast food?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just, like, what's crazy, I just had McDonald's right before I, came over here, and I was, like, watching, like, a show. Probably, like, 30 minutes in, I was just eating, like, some type of, Big Mac sandwich with some fries and, like, 2 apple pies, right? Kinda like a Big Mac meal, right? And literally, like, within the next 10 minutes, I had to turn off the show because I just got tired. I look at fast food as, sweets. Like, they're actually equivalent to eating a Hershey bar. They're equivalent to eating a king size Kit Kat. They're equivalent to eating, like, a honey bun, like a Big Texas or something like that. So, I think what they put inside the, fast food, I think is nothing but I think it's a different type of sugar. I don't think it's like the normal sugar that we all know and love. I think it's some type of lab experimented sugar. That's what I think.
The modified sugar, and you
Yeah.
can see how it makes you feel after you've eaten it. But and like I said, we was talking off the record. A lot of the things in the color scheme that they use is used to trigger your hunger. Reds and yellows are used to trigger your hunger. You may watch a commercial about a Big Mac, and if you're hungry, chances are before the week is over, you're gonna get one. Like,
Yeah.
it's all psychological programming through what you're witnessing, what you're intaking. And that's why it makes it so easy to clone Tyrone or to clone the pimp because you're very predictable. They've already kind of set you up to go a certain pattern, and we go that way. I'm not no saint. I definitely eat McDonald's. I do. I'm sorry. I know it's bad, and this definitely adheres to the fact that if you know better, you do better. That's a damn lie. If you know better, you don't necessarily do better.
No, no, you
It's
don't.
like,
Like, you just keep going back to what you're used to, you know what I'm saying? So, that's
you
how it
do
always
what
be.
feels comfortable. There's a
Yeah.
lot of situations where you knew you shouldn't have did it, but you did. Like, You knew you shouldn't have had that extra drink when you was already wobbling. You knew you couldn't smoke that blunt when you already couldn't see straight, but you did.
Mhm.
So, if you know better, you do better, first of all, is a lie if you didn't know. But the food that and that's just one of parts of the movie that if you didn't see it, it's a spoiler. But the food does alter how you feel. There's another part in it where they're in the bottom of, like, this underground city, I would say, for a lack of a better term.
Mhm.
In this city, they have different rooms where they're testing people on one part that triggered to me was they're testing people on the music that they're hearing. So you may have rap in you have one music, you may have rock and roll in another music in another testing room. You may have R&B in another room. But each one of these different types of music that you're listening to are altering the person that's listening to it. So with the rap, do you feel like rap makes you wanna fight? Do you listen to rap when you wanna fight or when you feel aggressive or you feel like, "Yeah, I'm that nigga"?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I do. Like I don't think I've never listened to no type of rap, and I'm not like a little crunk. But now I don't be like the typical street nigga crunk. But I'm like, like I'm more motivated to do whatever I got to do. So that's why I do listen to rap. But I don't listen to rap so I could do something crazy though. You know what I'm saying? And I rarely listen to jazz because just like you said, jazz is kind of it'll just stimulate your brain to where it's just calm and you don't really wanna do nothing, you just wanna chill, just lay back. I would probably listen to jazz if I'm, smoking some dope or something, right? You know what I'm saying? But, most of the time, like yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're right. I think, like, that's how it is for me at least, you know?
And I don't know if people realize how much your music influence your feelings. Typically, when you feel away, you look for songs that reevaluate the feelings you already have. If I'm sad, Imma look for sad music. I don't know why. I don't know why I wouldn't look for something happy if I'm sad. But you're listening to music that makes you sad, or if you're in a good mood and a love song come on, it'll make you think about somebody you thought you was in love with. You don't
Yeah,
even have to.
that is true, yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And then, I also think that music have the ability to kinda hold memory, right? So, like, there's, like, this one song that I just don't wanna never just listen to again because when I was introduced to it, I was introduced to it by a woman that I was, like, so in love by, and every time that I play that song, I kinda think about her. I do think music just have like, it does hold that ability to just have memory implemented in it, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what I do think.
and it sways your emotion. Like, even in all of those moments inside of this movie, it was definitely speaking to some things that we don't normally identify. I love music, don't get me wrong. I listen to all versions, kinds, instrumentals. I listen to a lot of stuff because I just enjoy the production of music personally. But it does sway how you feel. And you see, okay, there's a group of YNs that are a little rowdy, they crunk, they're ready to drill a nigga. But they probably listening to some music that suggests those same things.
Yep.
You're probably listening to music that says, "Fuck these hoes," and then now you angry at all women, or you just gonna hump and leave. But whatever you're intaking on a daily basis is persuading your everyday emotion. In in the movie, it showcased that between the food and the music, you see how you're being persuaded subconsciously, and you don't realize it. Everything that's on the radio is programmed. You realize it, like, they're not picking all the best music or even the newest music on the radio. They pick what's popular,
The same thing.
like,
The
on
the
repeat.
same thing. Literally, same thing.
Every hour on the hour. I guarantee you before the whole argument happened, you was probably gonna hear a Drake song
Or a Kendrick song.
or a Kendrick song. Like,
That's it.
it you get so sick of it, it gets stuck in your head. You wake up in the morning thinking about a certain song because you've heard it so much. You've been programmed subconsciously to not even realize it's stuck in your head.
Yep.
Now it's swaying an emotion. Now you get mad at work, and guess what you think about? They not like us. So, simply just that fast, it plays such a big role, and it's very subtle. It's almost like having someone secretly infiltrating your life without you realizing it. And I like the movie. I think I've only seen it once, but personally, I definitely think it had a good message, and there are a lot of Tyrones everywhere. Like, Erykah Badu made a song about Tyrone way before this movie came out, so Tyrone is probably a pretty typical figure. But in this case, When you're watching They Clone Tyrone, does it make you look at music or food differently?
So when I had first looked at They Clone Tyrone, I kinda look at like every movie once. Um Usually when like when I was watching it, I really didn't know exactly what was going on. I know like the very basics, right? But I don't really be thinking about like the theories to the core, right? But one thing that did catch my eye was like how everything was kind of being repeated. So it's like they would clone the same person, and then it's like he'll wake up and live in the same life over and over again. And I was like, I never understood that. So like there's like a lot of things I don't understand. So I probably understand maybe 4% of the whole movie. But I could tell you right now, I know like it is a good movie. I just don't understand it, like what's going on. But I knew there was some type of cloning being made because it's a different version of the same guy all the time, and then he's just waking up and I mean, I don't know, it was just crazy to me.
And just to think about and just going forward, most movies are coming from somebody's realistic depiction of life.
That's right. Yeah.
So even if it is entertainment, some of it has a little bit of reality in it. Just depends on how you look at it. Even the part in the movie where his mother isn't really there. The stuff that she's saying on the other side of that door, there's nobody over there.
Oh,
It's
yeah, 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 that yeah,
it's
it's
replaying trauma to keep him in the same state of mind. Even over the generations between now, 2001, 1990s, there's always a hood rapper. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's always a group of thug rappers, drill rappers, NWA. There's always this same archetype of a person, of a black man. And then, of course, now when you go out in the store, what you think most people do when they see black men? They might clutch their purse. They might look a little, look at you a little
they
sideways.
gonna, like, lock that door.
Lock that door, get a little
Yeah,
tense when you walk by because guess what? Over the years, they've been told that you're a thug,
that's right.
and you might definitely not be, but that's what we're all persuaded to believe about you,
Yeah.
regardless of how you present yourself. That's just what TV say, and sad to say, what TV say goes. So even we think about, and I'm definitely a victim of it. If I see like a Caucasian person listening to rap music, I'll turn around. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I'm like, "What?"
good for you. Like, okay. That's different. Like, I'm all right. I'm not mad at it, but it makes me notice you more
Exactly.
than I probably would have noticed you if you was listening to Tim McGraw or somebody. I wouldn't
But s
even look back.
but see, like, here's the thing, though. Have you ever noticed that, like, if, like, a black person notice a Caucasian person listening to drill, rap, hip hop, or, something like that, if a black person noticed that, why are they so happy with what they see? But if a Caucasian person see us listen to some type of Imagine Dragons, what's, like, some white artists?
Coldplay,
Yeah, or like some Miley Cyrus,
but
well, probably
yeah,
like probably the old Miley Cyrus, right?
the Hannah Montana
Yeah,
version.
like the Hannah Montana version, or what's like, I don't know, like too many white artists that like, but you
21 Pilots. I
like
don't
some
know.
yeah, like 21 Pilots, right, or something. Yeah, like when like the white people look at us, they like what? Like it almost seems like they don't really agree with what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But if a black person see a Caucasian person listen to rap, you're like, oh yeah, okay, okay, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
we know you got nigga friends.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
so
That's right, because, like, they love that you in the culture with us, you know what I'm
right.
saying? So, that's one thing that I can say about that, I just, like, love that for just us Black people.
I've definitely gotten looks when I listen to Imagine Dragons, and I know all the words. I don't care. I like music, period.
Yeah.
I've listened to music I can't even say the words to. I've started learning Korean because I've listened to so much K-pop.
Mhm.
But my point is music is universal in
Yeah.
my mind. When I listen to music, I'm not looking for the actual race of the person that created it. I look for how it makes me feel. If I like it, I like it. Country, rap, reggae, whatever. I like it, I like it. It's music. It's supposed to appeal to all of your senses. Now I don't know why they look at us weird because I don't think they don't think of us outside that box.
Yeah.
Like when you see me or you listening to Imagine Dragons or Coldplay, they're like it's weird. Are you okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? But that will make them talk to you more. Like some people are literally spark a conversation because they're like, okay, you're not like the rest of them when it's just music. Like, I
That
can
is true.
relate to
Yeah.
what you feel just because we have different skin tone doesn't mean that I can't feel what you feel.
Mhm.
Like, it's what? I know a lot of Imagine Dragons songs. Like, Natural, Radioactive, Believer. Yeah, see me in the car. That's look,
It's
see
crazy
me
that you,
passing
like,
by.
say that because, like, when I had, kinda, like, first came home, I had, like a Spanish friend, which was, like, a female, and she put me on to this guy, I think his name called, Al Efe or something. He's like a Dominican rapper. And, he's, like, very popular, right? So when I first came home, I was just blasting it in, like, my SUV, and I would just pull up to, like, the gas stations, and then, like, I had, like, this one, Mexican guy, like, he was talking to me in Spanish, but I told him, I was like, "Hey, man, I don't, like, speak Spanish," but, like, my homegirl, she did put me on to this, but he thought I was Dominican because, I was also wearing, like, a Mexican shirt, he
Mhm.
said. So he thought that I, like, spoke that lingo and stuff like that, but I was like, "Nah, man, I just like the music." I don't know what he's saying in it, but, I'm just bumping it, bumping it,
It's a
bumping it, you know what I'm
vibe.
saying? So, yeah.
Like, that's one universal way to connect to people. Like, you don't have to know the words to know it's a vibe, and that's okay. I don't know why. You ain't never got on this couch,
Jesus, I swear, man.
not
As soon as she
one
got up here, I
day.
just started sneezing.
That's it. Now you wanna be okay. Anywho, but it's a whole vibe, and I think that people really could get to know each other better by listening to different kinds of music. You don't have to always listen to only black artists or only white artists, only Mexican artists. Everybody can make music,
That's right.
period. Like, right now, there's instrumentals playing that's violin covers. It ain't even got no words, I just like the sound of violin. That's how you look. When I say music is just universal, that's how it's supposed to be. But as far as what we were talking about in the movie, it was used to persuade and alter the way that you think. Even if you look at some scientific studies, certain vibrations of music will change the chemical molecules of water. It'll
Mhm.
change it from a circle to a square to a triangle.
That is oh, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like, you're actually right about that. Now that I'm thinking about it, that is true. That is true.
Like, if your body's made of 70% water, what do you think the music's doing for you?
Mm.
If it can change one molecule when you listen to a song, it's gonna change your whole body when you listen to a song.
Mhm.
Even though you're not taking it that deeply, but it's shaping everything that you feel. The food's shaping everything that you feel. The music's shaping everything that you feel. Your environment growing up, for him thinking that his mom is sick and that he has to keep going out here and hustling for her, then finding out there was nobody in that room all this time and it's a recording. Dang. So it's like your struggles are imaginary almost just to keep you in a certain state of mind. And I mean, for what's his name, Fontaine? I don't know why. I don't know why they call him Fontaine,
Man, that's like a
but
crazy name. I have never
right,
heard that name before.
right. I don't know a black man named Fontaine, but apparently he's out there somewhere getting cloned. Anywho,
Mhm.
with that idea, I would like to see more movies like that because it made me think.
Yeah.
Like, it definitely put a spotlight on stuff that I mean, I can't say I didn't think about. But it put spotlight on things that most people didn't realize was an issue. You didn't realize that the fast food that you eat was a problem. You didn't realize that the McDonald's, the food that you listen to, that everything that you consume on a daily basis is structuring how you are, who you are, and what you think. Even though it shouldn't, but it does. It's your external influences. The struggles you think you go through with your family shape how you think. And perspective wise, it may just not be struggles. It's how you look at it.
Mhm.
Like, okay, say for example, I'm a single parent. I can look at that all day and be like, "Oh, my baby daddy ain't this and that, and I need to put him on child support, and I need to do all this." For what? Y'all, I'm fine. Ryan is spoiled as all get out being a single parent. And just because me and her dad aren't together, he's still a part of her life. Like, you don't have to follow the narrative of even some music that's like, "Oh, my baby daddy ain't this and da 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 and F these niggas." Why? Why? Has that worked for anybody else? Other than the government, I would say, because child support ain't meant for you. It's
Nah, it's
not meant to
not.
help you. It's like,
Like, they kinda like, child support is really used to just kinda just target the individual, like,
"Hey,
that's all it really is.
get down." Picking at stuff. But
But yeah, so, like, just like I said, like, I think child support is just used as a kinda like a get back thing, it's a weapon. It's not even a tool anymore, it's just a weapon. That's how I do
It
I do see that.
'Cause now it's like, "Oh, you don't wanna be with me or you're not doing enough is what I think you should do. Now I'm gonna stick the police on you to make you do more." And they're not trying to make you do more. They don't give a damn if you do more. They're just gonna lock you up and be through with it. They're not gonna pay your baby mama when they lock you up.
Mhm,
She still doesn't get anything. They just get to lock you up. It's like you giving them a free warrant to go look for your baby daddy.
mhm.
But even in the same sense, you agreed to have the baby. You laid down with him. You went all 9 months knowing who this person was. Now that the baby's here, you're surprised? How? It's like, how? You know him before the baby, you knew him after the baby, you knew when the baby was incubating. He technically gave you the baby. He's producing the sperm.
That's true.
But then turn around and put him on child support for the baby he gave you that you agreed to have. You didn't abort it. You kept it. All 9 months. You birthed it. You put his name on the birth certificate. You went through all of these processes and did nothing to change anything. But now that it's here and it's hard, now you feel that he should do more for you. Really?
That's how they look at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's the accountability in that?
Like, what's crazy is, I've saw in rare cases where a man can put a woman on child support,
He can.
which I thought was never a thing. I thought child support was like a system that's made for women to go after the men. But man, let me tell you, man, like, I literally saw this firsthand and I still can't believe it to this day.
A man could get alimony. He could put her on child support. He could do all the things that she does, but he just doesn't know that.
Yeah.
They don't push it in a way that the man would know he has the same rights as the mother has if he is the primary parent.
Mhm.
So it could go both ways. Excuse me. Not saying that it's easy on both parts. Being a single parent is not easy for anybody. You have struggles. But what I do want to emphasize is you also had a choice. You also had a moment in that time and plenty of time to decide what you wanted to do. And I don't think it's fair to crucify him because he chose to opt out. You could have chose to opt out, but you didn't. You had it. So here we are.
It was kinda just like one of those things that's like, it's in the moment. That's what they usually say, "Oh, like, oh, this just happened. I didn't think this would happen." It's just lack of accountability, and, that's where it just usually starts at. So,
Absolutely. And I mean, it's in the moment, but I and being speaking from experience, we don't really think about how long this decision is.
that's
When
right.
you choose to have a kid, that is lifelong. Yeah, it felt great then,
Yeah?
but you got 18 to 30 plus years of this for that one moment. And you don't even like him no more after that. So it's like now y'all mad and you beefing, but you still got all your life to deal with your momentary decision that was a permanent action. You don't regret your child, but you see your baby daddy and your child. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but you see your baby daddy and your child. You say what you want to say. You know good and well that child's 50% you and 50% him.
Mhm.
So you're gonna see it. Only thing I can tell you, if you we all choose wrong sometimes because we're not thinking. We're not making an informed decision. We're making a lustful decision based off how good it felt that day.
Yeah.
You didn't look back and say, "Well, that nigga don't pay the bills. That nigga don't do nothing for me, but I wanna have a baby with him." Now you wanna have a baby and blame him because you decided to have a baby?
Mhm.
You coulda just simply told him to put it on your lap or put it anywhere else but in there, but you didn't now, did you? So here we are.
Or just, like, put it in, like, a different hole or something, man.
Anywhere.
Jesus
You
Christ.
can put it on the floor, you can hold it. You can do a lot of things besides catch it, but you decided to catch it. So here we are. And as personally as a mom, when you had the chance to bond with the child, it was in your body for 9 months. So for me, I don't give a damn what the baby daddy does. We're not on bad terms. It took us a minute to get here, but I don't care what he does because I had a chance to bond with the person I grew. Literally, we shared a body.
Mhm.
I ate what you ate. You didn't like what I didn't like. Like, if you didn't like some food, you made me bring it back up. Like, we have a whole nother connection. So if he decides to be here or not, you mine. Come hell or high water, I'll fight by mine.
Mhm.
Damn sure will. I was like, "Look, tell you right now, I'll go jail by mine." So what regardless of what the dad decides to do, she's still yours or he's still yours. And I don't know how we got on baby daddies, but it was
Man,
talking about a movie.
man, you see how easy it is just to get off topic, man? I was just thinking, I was like, "Man, we just, like, just keep going back to the same narrative, just back to back, back to back." I'm like, "Man."
It's okay. Yeah, I had Taylor Port. I'm speaking from experience. It's alright. But we're coming to our 30-minute mark, and I do wanna make sure we stay on our schedule. So, that is our tidbit of cloning Tyrone and how we felt about it. And just as an ending mark for that, just be aware of what you eat. Your body is your temple. What you put in your body is what you're gonna get out. You put bullshit in, you're gonna get bullshit out.
That's right.
Simple. You watch bullshit, you listen to bullshit, you listen to fuck these niggas and fuck these hoes, you're gonna start thinking about that way about everybody you meet, fuck these niggas, fuck these hoes. Because it's just you're regurgitating what you intake. The movie was impactful. I would probably like to see a second version with a female as the lead, to be honest. They clone Tiffany. God, don't steal that because I said it first. But
That
look,
that would be good though. That would be good though. And then, like, you should also touch on, like, how when you watch movies, like, let's say if you go to, like, a movie theater, then after you watch it, how, like, it makes you feel like you're actually still immersed into the movie after you walk out. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
triggers
Like,
emotions.
yeah, so, like, I don't know how, like, that's happening because I think, it was, like, this one movie I watched that, like, it was, like, something about powers. I was walking out the movie thinking that I had some type of powers, man. You know, it's just crazy. So I'm like, movies really do hold energy. It really do. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's on the same frequency level of music,
It's
really.
intake.
Yeah.
Food, music, movie, eyes, ears, mouth, it's all what you intake. It's your 5 senses.
Mhm.
Even especially Black Panther, I showed enough walked out with my chest high. I was ready boy, I was Wakanda forever the first
Hey,
time I
I'm telling you
first time
that.
I seen Black Panther, you couldn't tell me shit. Yeah, I was like, "We'll fight by my" yeah, that's all of that. But that's just how it's supposed to do. It's supposed to trigger an emotion, and it does that. But we're reaching 32 minutes, so I am gonna close it here. We will start our next episode. Well, you don't know when we'll start. You'll see the next episode. Don't worry about that. But I want to thank you as always for tuning in and listening and watching our rants and my cat that decides she wants to be in the shot all of the damn sudden. But until next time, I do want you to remember to peace, love, and light. Love people. Don't be hateful. Treat people how you want to be treated. All of that good stuff. Do you have any closing remarks?
No, I don't, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, man, D. So, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And, also thank you for having me on.
Well, you're a part of the show.
Yeah,
Don't
I know,
don't shoot
but
the what.
it's still an honor though, you know what I'm saying, just to be here, so you know what I'm saying?
It's a part of the vision and go mark your date because when I say Imma be on your billboard, we gonna be on your billboards, your TVs, your movies, your screens. We will become the face of Montgomery, Alabama. If you don't believe me, clock it and see. I got a
Exactly.
vision, baby. I'm trying
Hey,
to tell you.
success is not measured overnight,
No,
alright? So think about that. That is something just to take. So,
it is consistency. But like I always like to tell you, don't ever say I haven't given you anything because I'm putting myself on camera and giving you everything. Peace.
Extra, 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 extra breaking news.